Hello everyone. So today I'll be discussing the step deviation method for finding mean. So the step deviation method is suitable when the size of data is quite large. Okay. So here I've taken a question. This one. This data that is a group frequency distribution of data is of daily wages of 50 workers. Okay. So this is class interval and this is the corresponding frequencies. And the question is you have to find the mean daily wages of the work of this factory. There are 50 workers in a factory where the daily wages are expressed in this group frequency distribution. And as you see, the values are quite large. So this is suitable for our step deviation method. So I will now explain you the method. So first of all, this is our class interval, and if you observe, the class size is uniform. It is 20. The class size is 20. That is upper limit minus lower limit is 20 in all the classes. So that's why this method is suitable for the step deviation method. So here this is class interval, and with class size is denoted by h, and that is your upper limit minus lower limit, that is 20. So h is 20, which is a constant. Okay. Now, and this column is for frequency, number of workers, that means frequency Fi. So the first step, we'll find out the column for class representative, that is the class mark. So that will be Xi. And Xi, as you know, this is nothing but upper limit plus lower limit by 2, as you have done in all the methods. So let me find out the column for class mark. So 120 plus 100 by 2 is 110. And as I've told you, when the class size is constant, we don't have to calculate for all the classes. Once we have find out the class mark for the first class, then we can get the class marks for the succeeding classes simply by adding the class size. So I'll be adding this class size 20 to this. So 110 plus 20 is your 130. Then 130 plus 20, 150. 150 plus 20, 170. And 170 plus 20, 190. So this column is done. Next, we'll find out the DI column, that is deviation, as I have told you in the assume mean method. So that is nothing but the deviation of these observations from the assume mean. So for that, we have to assume a mean. Generally what we do, we take the middle one as to be the assume mean, as you have seen in the assume mean method. So this I have assumed to be mean, A. So my values, let me find out the values. So 110 Xi is 110 minus 150 is minus 40. Then 110 minus 130 is minus 20. This will be 0. And this 170 minus 150 is 20. And this is 40. 190 minus 150. So as you see, this is very much symmetrical. Minus 40 plus 40 minus 20 plus 20 is centrally 0. So in assume mean method, what you have done, we have multiplied these values with Fi. But in step deviation method, we will go one more step ahead. And what is that? We will go for another variable ui, which is your di upon h. When h is constant, so or we can take any common factor of this di also. But here I have taken this 20. So for minus 20, di minus 40 by h is your 20. So minus 40 by 20, let me write down, minus 40 is di and h is 20. So this is your minus 2. This will be minus 20 by 20, 20 is your h. So minus 1 and that will be 0. And this is 20 by 40, 20 by 20, that is plus 1, and then 20 by 40. 40 is the di, 40 by 20 is 2. So again, I see these values are symmetric. Minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2. So you see the size of the variable is reduced to quite a smaller size. Initially xi was such big values, di was smaller, but it is smallest. So now I am in a position to multiply these ui with the frequency. So this column will be UIFI. So UIFI, so this is your FI, 12 into minus 2. Let me write down 12 okay, 12 into minus 2 is minus 24. The next value is your FI is 14. So 14 into minus 1. Let me write in the proper order. There should not be any confusion actually. Let me write down. What is UI is minus 2 and FI is 12. So it is minus 24. The next UI is minus 1 and its corresponding frequency is 14. So it is minus 14. The next one is 0 and whatever the frequency is 8. So it is 0. Next UI is 1 and corresponding frequency is 6. So it is 6. And next UI is 2 and the frequency is 10. So it is 20. So now I have to get the sum of this column. So the sum is so easy as 50% values are negative and 50% positive. So the value of this summation will be as quite a small value. And as we can see, 20 minus 20 was minus 4. And then minus 4 plus 6 is plus 4. Plus 4 minus 14 is minus 12. So easily we can get it. We don't have to do any rough work. This is your sigma UI Fi. Sigma means sum. So sum of these values is minus 12. Minus 12. So my summation is so easy. So now I go for the formula of mean by this method. So by step deviation method, our mean is equal to assume mean A plus H into sigma UI Fi upon N. This is the formula. And what is N? N is nothing but sigma Fi. So N is equal to sigma Fi, frequency of this column, and this is your 50. As it is also given in the question, there are 50 workers. So you simply put the values and calculate. This is not working. Take another. Okay. Let me see this one. So put the values. A is your 150 plus H is your 20 minus UIFI is minus 12 and then it is by 50. So you see, when doing the calculations, we don't take LCM. We calculate this fractional part separately, then we add to this value. So you see how I am doing this. 150 minus will come here, 0, 0 getting cancelled. So minus will be there, and you see 12 into 2 is 24 by 5. Now we won't be doing the division. What we can do, I simply multiply by 2 in this way, so that I am getting a multiple of 10 in the denominator, so that I simply shift the decimal point by the number of places as equal to the number of zeros in the denominator. So we can avoid division by this technique. So it is your 150 minus 24 into 2 is 48. 48 by 10 will be 4.8. Let me write it down, 48 by 10. So this is 150 minus 4.8. So you see this 4.8 we can, in this way we can get it. We can avoid divisions. So the final answer is, if I subtract 145.2, and so it is in unit, to find mean daily wages, and there should be in rupees. So I put a 0 here. So this much of rupees is the answer. So 145.20 rupees is the mean daily wages. So this is the method of step deviation. Because of this extra step we are doing here, and so this method is suitable when the data is of a large value, the numerical size of the data is quite large, and the class interval, that is the class size, is a constant. Then because of these things, our calculations becomes very simple. So this is the step deviation method. So in direct method, we multiply Fi with this Xi, that's why direct method. In assuming method, we multiply fi with di, and in step deviation we multiply fi with ui. And formulas are, you see, if you observe, for recapitulation, for direct method, x bar is equal to directly sigma xi fi upon n. Direct. For assuming method, x bar is equal to with this assuming plus sigma di fi by n. Okay, you see. So basically this form is saying a new variable di instead of xi, but we have to add in a. And here step division, same thing. We are adding this assuming with this, but since we have done a step ahead, so I have to multiply this h. So in assuming there is no h, but in step division there is h. Okay, and this derivation can also very easily shown like the method I've shown in my last video. That is simply opening these things. I can, by algebraic simplification, we can show you. So okay, this is all about the method, step division method. Okay, that's all. Thank you.